All right, this is the moment that I personally have been waiting for since I started in media, to get to be with the Chicago Bears QB's garage in West Virginia. Tyson Bagent, what's up?
What's happening? Appreciate you guys coming up here to the mountain state of good old West Virginia, to what I like to call the swole hole. So appreciate y'all being out here and excited to do this interview.
Is this what you do back here? Are you lifting out that thing? Is that for your dad? Who's working this stuff?
That was my little sister's weight. No more disrespect like that for the rest of the interview.
Okay. My apologies. Yeah, no, we know this. We've seen the videos. But I have no chance on that. Your little sister.
Nah, 225. You got it. 225. That's all you.
No, I don't think I have it. Just for people who haven't seen you, and by the way, you're everywhere. Look, this is the notes I took today. Gatorade High School Player of the Year. We know this. D2 Heisman Trophy. 2-2 as a starter in the NFL. Entering year 3.
Wow.
Shepherd Rams Chicago Bears. I mean, that's a start of a resume right there.
I could die a happy man with that. But yeah, I absolutely love football. As you said, Gatorade Player of the Year.
That's right.
2017. That was pretty neat. D2 Heisman was pretty neat. And yeah, it's been a huge blessing, this whole football journey, and I'm really more excited than ever to see what is next.
Yeah, I think all 17 fans are. But let's. There's breaking news that it's not breaking at this point, but it's a big development. You have the most touchdowns in NCAA history, 159. You hold the D2 record for completions, 1,400. You've got 17,034 passing yards, which is also a record. You got single season records for 5,000 yards in 2021, 53 passing touchdowns. And this is all now up in the air because of some compliance issue, and they're coming after you and Shepherd University, and this could get vacated. Which
this is all past tense. This stuff already happened. Yeah, this stuff already happened. But it depends on who you talk to, because I was there. So if you ask me, I'm saying all those same numbers. However, NCAA did come after Shepherd University for some compliance issues that we had for the 2021-2022 season. And sadly enough, they stole all Coach McCook's wins from him. We went 13-2 both of those years, so a combined record of 26-4. For a dude that has really kind of carried Shepherd in the whole football aspect, city of Shepherdstown on his back for 2 decades now. So his 2 most successful seasons being snatched away from him as a head coach. Yep, all because some lady stopped coming into work and.
Yeah, I got her name here. Amy Bell was the. Amy Bell.
Ooh!
Didn't come to work apparently, the compliance officer, so things fell by the wayside. So you lose your numbers? Is that right?
Yeah, something about I lost a couple touchdowns my senior year due to some compliance and financial aid issues that presented themselves. But I wasn't alone in this. There were other people that got their statistics taken away too. One that I can think of off the top of my head is Abby Beeman.
Okay.
Abby Beeman, who was a stud 2,000-point scorer for Shepherd University women's basketball. So it's just, little things like that. What a shame.
Why does Abby Beeman got to get caught up in this?
Why does anybody have to get caught up in this?
Yeah, so is this keeping you up at night? Is it bugging you?
Nah, man, we're trying to win the Super Bowl. So, I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky. We're trying to win the Super Bowl, so it's been just kind of something that's just interesting that's taking place.
Okay, so since you just brought that up, let's just jump to that for a second. OTAs, how did it feel? What did they tell you leaving out of there? What did you learn? How do you feel set up for training camp?
Personally, I feel set. I feel great. It's been a privilege being able to learn the system, learn the offense, especially with the new group of guys and staff that we have now. So I feel great. And how OTAs went, I thought was very successful as a team. I think that a lot of what the coaches wanted to get out of OTAs, they were able to extract from all of us. So I thought that worked perfectly. And really, I don't ever hear anything. So I just wait until it's my turn to take a rep and try to do that rep to the best of my ability. And upon that, there's really no other conversations that need to be had.
Well, they're flipping you in case with the 2 reps. Does that irritate you? It would irritate me. I can't put myself in your shoes. I know that you got the greatest job ever. You're in the NFL, most exclusive country club. You're going to get a check, whatever. But like, I would think that if it was me, I think I'd be bugged.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you want to try to get as many reps as you possibly can, just so you can continue to progress and continue to hone in on your craft and everything. But I mean, like I said before, Case is obviously an amazing quarterback and a great dude. So he makes this whole thing a lot easier. But it's all just part of it. I'll be surprised when the day comes where that is not the case. You know, that'll be more surprising than having to compete, because we are in the NFL, and you know, you got to stay on top of your stuff. So what a better way to find out how good you are than competition. So I think it's good.
Right, and you understand your situation, and I get it too. I'm an accomplished football observer, but you've never been given a chance to actually compete to be the one. So to compete there, but not compete there, that would be another thing that would be like climb underneath my skin. But so it's not like really a true competition. It's more of a sort of select competition. But like when you're the number 1 overall pick, you're going to get every opportunity, and Justin deserved every opportunity he got too. But if I'm you, I think you get what I'm saying. Like, I would like, hey, I'd love to actually have a real competition for everything.
Yeah, there's an element to that, and then there's an element of, once again, we're in the NFL and things happen the way that they happen. So, I'm competing every day. I'm training to become the league MVP and a Super Bowl champion, myself every single day, regardless of what position I'm in today. So it's all about, the continued pursuit of it, and I think that's just what makes it all the best, is all these things we have going on, all these competitions, all these things to look forward to.
So when you say stuff like that, I think about words like scarcity and abundance. Like, some dudes would be like, I'd like to hold on to this position as long as I can and be in the National Football League. You're throwing out MVP, so like you're there's a belief in yourself there. There's a work ethic behind it. There's a lot of things that give you confidence to do it. And I know you've talked about this a bunch. I know your dad deserves credit. I know that, like, for considering things that like unrealistic that he makes realistic. Like, where do you bottom line that how you came to have that mindset, I guess?
I would say 80% of it probably came from my dad, and then the other 20% probably came from just overall sports success in my life. Yeah. And just the mindset I have of, I could choose to think, like, oh man, like you said, I could choose to think like, oh man, let me just scrape by and hold on to this for one more year, or, whatever that route is. Or I could look at it and be like, oh yeah, I'm here, this is what's going to happen, and I could feel a lot better with myself with that second answer. Right. So that's just kind of, I've seen my dad do it my whole life, and it honestly makes me feel better and more confident, just personally in myself. So just something I've just kind of latched onto and has gotten me to this point.
I thought we would rewind back to at least the NFL portion of this progression. And so Justin gets hurt. You come in the Minnesota game. That game, you nearly came back and pulled it off. And then you start the next week against the Raiders. And I went back and watched every Tyson Bagent play from there as my phone rings, and it's Greg Braggs. What's up, Gregory? So the third down play to Tyler Scott, where he's coming across the middle and you're searching for where you're going, and you find him there. Do you remember that play? Did it stick out at all in the game as something that like, okay, my feet are really on the grounder? Because that was a big time play at the moment early in the game.
I remember the play. Coco Bow. Start with the Coco to DJ and Mooney. Came back. T. Scott skirting across the field. But that was just one of those things where, praise be to the coaches that I went through. All I did was go through my progression. The O-line held up. T. Scott ran a great route, made a good catch, had a lot of separation on the route. Being at Soldier Field doing that in my first start was unbelievable. Unbelievable feeling, and yes, I distinctly remember that play because I think that was a critical play I think to kind of boost my starting games in the right direction.
Right, and then right after that, it was a first down. You end up rolling out. I think you know what I'm talking about already. And then you end up going down the right sideline, picking up another first down, and you do this to the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in Chicago for 5 seconds. You guys have lost 10 in a row at Soldier Field at that point. Bears fans are dying for a freaking win, and you're giving them this. I mean, we just hadn't seen that from a Bears quarterback in a long time. Can you I don't know. What do you remember about that moment as far as feeling like I'm okay? I'm just in it. I'm going right here to 60,000 plus. I'm in the NFL. I'm a rookie. That was big time. That's basically what I was like, and I've told you this before. Like, you know when I fell in love with you as a player? Right there. I want that dude on my team. That was sweet.
Yeah, I think that I'm lucky enough that I played so much football. Like I started 3 years in high school, then started 4 years in college. Like just unlimited reps, unlimited situations, I've done everything, right? And so it's kind of just like reactionary. I know that Chicago is a football city. I've been watching to that point every week, no matter what. The freaking stadium is packed. The fans are juiced up. And so I just, I like to tap into that stuff because I come from a Shepherdstown, a little college town that is a football town. So it was a lot of that same kind of, just the same feel of going from college to the NFL. So, I like to get the crowd involved and, get the momentum going. And that's part of why it is that's why it's hard to beat a team at their own place because, you get the crowd on their side, you get the 12th man going and, I like to get the crowd involved, but I remember that. I appreciate you, really liking that. So it means a lot.
Well, then late in the game, you had the first touchdown pass to Deontay Foreman. That was also a third down play. You're shifting around, trying to find somebody.
Third and goal.
Yeah,
third and goal. Gotta have it.
I mean, and so okay, you come out of that game. Now, I'm just trying to take you back in time.
Yeah.
Justin's got a busted thumb. You're starting.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting ready to play Sunday night, football, SoFi Stadium, all of it. And then you start that game with a bomb to Darnell. Now,
and he didn't even get tapped. He didn't even get touched. He didn't even get touched. He should still be running right now.
And maybe he should still be in a Bear uniform. That's a story for another time. I love Darnell. I predicted that, by the way. He's going to be big.
Darnell Mooney is my favorite receiver in the league.
Really?
I'm a Darnell Mooney guy.
Well, hold on. Let's pause there and just step into Moon. What do you love about Moon?
All right, I'll give a little behind the scenes. So 2023, playing at home against Denver, we're up 28-7. They end up coming back and beating us late in the game, right? Tough day.
It was a bad day.
Tough day nonetheless.
Yeah, okay, we'll lead off the bad sack. Okay, go ahead.
So go out to eat with my family afterwards, and we're in the city hanging out, having a good time. Get a text from Mooney, says, hey, man, what are you getting into later? I said, I'm chilling with my family right now, but then I'll be at the house doing nothing later. What's up? He said, all right, meet me at the indoor facility 7:30.
Tonight?
7:30 tonight.
Okay.
So I meet him at the facility. We go to the indoor, and the dude runs 150 routes full speed.
Oh, my God.
On some straight Mamba mentality shit. So that right there was all I needed, just the constant effort. Solid dude to hook me up with a pair of cleats just once I got the job and saw that I didn't have any custom cleats. He hooked me up. So little shit like that really made me have a soft spot for my dog.
150 balls on Sunday night after the game.
Oh, I mean, the dude's running post routes. He's running pylon routes. He's sprinting his ass off. It was crazy.
How'd you play?
I was fresh. I was fresh that day. I was fresh. Yeah.
All right, so you play the Sunday night game, and then you got the Saints, and you throw the touchdown across the field to Kmet, who high points it, makes a hell of a play. You throw another touchdown to him in the game. You guys go back and forth. You had a missed field goal in that game. You coming out of that, even though you're losing and Sunday night didn't go the way you wanted, you had the Raiders win. Where was your confidence at? At that point, you have a quick turnaround. You're playing Thursday night, Carolina. The Bears had to have that game because they wanted to get the number one pick, which, by the way, impacted you. It would almost been better if you didn't play well that night. But you come out of that game, you're you're at 3 touchdowns, you got 6 interceptions, you had opportunities, you're not getting wins, but you're right there. Can you remember your mindset of like thinking like, I need a break from this and just sort of settle in, or were you just like up at night thinking, man, I'm right there, I can do this?
Oh yeah, I think it was more of that the whole time. Not that I was staying up at night because my ass needed to get some sleep. But it was a lot of that, and especially in the New Orleans game, it was such a good learning experience because I played so well for 3.5 quarters and then folded at the end of the game. So it was kind of like there was an eagerness involved. There was an understanding of like, wow, man, this is amazing because look how hard this is. We will always have something to work on.
Right.
There will always be something to work on in order to be a great quarterback for, seasons at a time. Like if you're a quarterback that's got to play a full season, that is no short task.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. So for me, I was just super excited, eager because I was making a lot of plays, but also just a whole new respect for the game for the NFL, really, because it's different from any other football. College football doesn't compare. Nothing compares. You get to the NFL and it's a whole new game. So a whole new respect for what was going on, but certainly an eagerness because I was out there making plays. I was out there doing a lot of the right things, and just kind of made me excited for how good I could become. And honestly, now looking back, I can't believe I had any success because of how much I know now.
Right. So, and basically, to that point, you hit the pause button in essence as far as being on the field from there. I mean, last year you had a couple of coffees at the end of the game, hand off the bum, it looked like I throw it. Anyway, you guys were losing games. Why not? Let's see what he does for the final 5 minutes. No shade on you, Matt Eberflus. It just bugged me. But you just said like you know so much more now. Can you take through like what you've been able to, how you've been able to grow behind the scenes, so to speak, from then to now?
Yeah, I think just taking it day by day, just being around or having to have been in 3-4 offenses now at this point, so you get a good taste of what everybody's flavor is. If there is something that really holds true within each offense, so there's little bits of that, and then there's things where you can see where you can then start to internalize yourself, like, oh man, I wasn't, this wasn't that good of a play. Now I'm seeing what we should have been running. I like this more. And then you start to formulate your own opinions. You start to see why things work instead of just memorizing the play. You're like, all right, we're running this play, but we'll get out of it because if this happens, we know we can't block it, or if this, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So just a deeper understanding, kind of more of like a teacher's understanding, to where you can explain it.
All right, so along those lines, favorite offense that you've gotten to play in as a Bear? Was it Getsy's? Was it Shane's? TB's? Is it? Well, you're gonna take the now out of it, but I'll ask you, I guess, on the back end. What do you like about now?
On the back end?
On the back end.
So I can't pick this offense?
No, because that's too easy for you. But for year 1, year 2, but what offense did you prefer now that you got to play as much in year 2? But maybe you liked it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
year one. There were some things that we were doing year 1 that I liked, and a lot of similarities year 2. But if I had to pick one, probably I'd pick Getsy's offense. I mean, essentially it was Getsy's flavor with the stuff that he was bringing from Green Bay and what Aaron Rodgers and them were doing. So, the offense had a ton of success.
Do you think you were a Bear because of Luke, or was that it had nothing to do with him? Ryan was already on you.
I think I'm a Bear because of Ryan Poles. So shout out to my dog. Dang, my guy. I mean, yeah. So he would talk to me the most, probably more than anybody. So definitely Ryan Poles.
Has he ever said to you, Tyson, this is what I really liked about you, this is why you're here? Did he ever get?
No, but he wrote me like a letter or something that he was just singing my praises and excited for me to be throwing around a football next week in a Bears uniform, and the draft hadn't happened yet, and that's exactly what happened.
Do you ever say to him, like, how come you didn't draft me then? Why do I got to
Nah, man, we ain't going to get into all that. We ain't going to get into all that.
You could have drafted him.
I'm just some punk-ass D2 quarterback. I get it.
He somehow, that's why he's Paul's genius. He knew that he didn't have to spend the draft pick. You'd still be there, and then he was flavoring you up.
It looks better.
It looks better. It is better for the story.
It looks better.
This is better for the story.
Listen, getting drafted in the later rounds is only cool that night.
That's right.
It's only cool that night.
Right.
After that night, the undrafted cats are way cooler.
Yeah, and right, we can carry this for life. The dude wasn't even drafted.
Exactly. I mean, right now, if I were to have to say, somebody would be like, hey, when were you drafted? And I had to say, oh, I was drafted in the 7th round. Or I could be like, oh, I was undrafted. I'd rather say undrafted every day of the week.
I mean, I hear you. I could push back and say something like, well, Brady gets that love for that 6th round 199.
Well, that's because he's the greatest of all time. I mean, he could have been picked in the 3rd round.
Yeah, right. Well,
they still would have been like, how was he picked in the 3rd?
You know
what? And matter of fact, while we're on that, Tom Brady was a fucking stud athlete. Like, dude got drafted in baseball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude got drafted in football. Like, let's stop with the whole like, oh, this guy was such an underdog. Like, the dude was a stud.
You were baseball early on, were you not? As well?
Yeah, early
don't
on.
Think
my dad was a pitcher at Shepherd University.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And then I played until I was about like 10.
And then you gave it up?
I gave it up. Yeah, it was too slow for me. But that's probably one of my only regrets in my life is that I didn't keep playing baseball.
But did you hoop in high school?
I played football and basketball.
Okay. I let it be known, 36-inch vertical right here. 36-inch.
Vanilla Vic. What can I say? What can I say?
So you dunked for the first time when?
That was like a sophomore, junior in high school.
Sophomore, junior, dunking, being the high school quarterback.
It was a good time.
I was gonna say.
It was a good time.
You saw exactly where I was going.
It was a good time.
I mean, you really.
It was a good time.
How many kids in your graduating class?
1,300.
Okay, so big school. I should have known that too.
No, I'm sorry.
1,300 in
1,400 in the school.
400, whatever.
400 per graduating class.
You homecoming kid? You ever
runner up, man. Runner up. To Tavis Lee, my guy who was a defensive end, signed to the University of West Virginia.
Shout out Tavis Lee.
I was just some cat going down the street Shepherd.
I mean, it was
a different time. It was a different time.
It's a good runner-up, though. I mean, I didn't get to go to homecoming, had no date. You were runner-up. I mean, so just not that
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no, we're not in competition here. All right, what do you like? Well, we'll bring in the current offense. What do you like about what you're seeing so far? What excites you about what Ben's doing, Declan, everybody?
I like the intensity. I like the attention to the detail, the intent every day. Everybody's has a extremely well gauged intent for what they're trying to get out of the day, and I think they're doing a great job of getting it out of us too. So I think it's been fun. It's been intense, and I think that's the only way it can be at this level, in my opinion.
I'm seeing tight end in motion, little quick hitters.
Oh yeah.
That's new, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that it's not new, but the intensity and the attention to the detail and the urgency, all that is new. Okay. It's like, come on, we don't want to just do it. We want to do it a certain way, which is once again the only way that I see how anybody could be successful at this level. Because you'll see. I mean, you just turn the Lions tape on last year and just watch them break the huddle and watch everybody else break the huddle. It's just shit like that where now it's like, okay, the defense can't just sit there, look around like, oh, okay, yeah, strong right. Nah, it's like, oh, shit, they're lined up. Oh, shit, now there's a fast motion. Oh, snap, what's going on?
Right.
We got to communicate our asses off. They're all jacked up. So once again, it's the only way to be able to do it just because of how good the defenses are in the NFL.
So, I mean, it's early. Ben has never coached a game in the NFL yet, but is it fair to say, like, hey, if we're not successful this year, it's on us? Like last year, you heard a lot of, so there wasn't enough leadership in the room.
I would argue to say it's most of the time it's always on us.
Okay.
That's what I would say. I would say it's up to the individual to be on top of their stuff. Yes, I've had coaches that are better than others, but I've never had a bad coach. I've just had some that are better than others. Yeah. I think that if there's not significant improvement this year, it will just be because something catastrophic happened. Who knows what that could be, but something crazy happened if there's no progress made from previous years.
Okay, we'll put you in a slight backwards mode here, but let's go back to Detroit last year. 35 seconds on the clock, you guys are moving down to win the game. Flus doesn't call timeout. We could put a drop 2 on Caleb. You could have called timeout 2. Whatever happened, you lose the game. You're in this horrendous losing streak. You get in the locker room. and like reports out. I'm not trying to get in your locker room or have you reveal stuff, but like it was Jalen was going at Matt, and then after that, a day later he's out the door. Did you know at the time? Were you thinking that this is major changes coming right now? Like, what was that? Take me into that locker room as much as you can.
Yeah, I think it's just like, you're losing games and you're losing games on games, and then you're losing in ways like that, which is, a lot of those are hard to stomach, especially, I knew it was hard for me. I can't imagine what it's like for the dudes that are out there, really fighting for their life and then losing in such a way like that. But yeah, it was intense. I wouldn't say that Jalen was yelling at anybody specifically. I think he was kind of just upset, I think at everybody. I think everybody had a hand involved in, kind of like losing those games and losing in the ways we did. But it was a kind of like a cherry on the top feeling of like, oh man, that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back there. Yeah. That might have been it. So that it was definitely a thought in people's mind, but it wasn't. I guess I don't think we were feeling anything different than like other people were feeling about the situation. Like everybody kind of knew what it was. Right.
Did you enjoy TB, or what did you enjoy about TB?
TB, once again, I think TB would fit in very well with this staff that we have here. I think that he was, business is business. Have your shoes tied on straight when you walk in the door. Urgency, effort. He was big into that, which is the kind of guys that I usually have the most respect for. So I loved all of that about TB. I loved how he carried himself, and definitely I think that that's a guy that I think that we could have figured out a way to keep on the staff somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough. You shouted out Darnell earlier. Whose work ethic in the room, President Bears or any other year, have you been like, whoa, that dude impressed me? Like I look at Jalen, I'm like, I don't know how you got that body, but you didn't get it sitting at the kitchen table. That dude, Jalen's putting some time in to build that thing up.
Yeah. I mean, people that have had the greatest work ethic that I've been around. Darnell Mooney, Drew Dahlman. Drew Dahlman is always around. He's always grinding, putting in some kind of work. Doug.
Oh,
Doug!
Shout out, Doug Kramer. I see you.
Dougie Kramer is a freakazoid grinder. Eamon, I don't want to butcher his last name. Eamon is a
Agbamiga. Dude, let's go.
Agbamiga.
I think I said it right.
Is a freaking dog grinder. And Dom Robb. Dom Robb grinds his ass off, man.
Shout out Dom Robb.
Dom Robb. And I just like to think of myself as just, chasing those guys. You know what I mean? Like just chasing those guys.
So I'll give you another moment where 17 you impressed me. It was either at OTAs or at training camp, and you guys are running regular running back drills where you're pitching to the running back and you go the other way and you come across, and you're going across the line of scrimmage 5 yards down the field, 10 yards down the field. Like you could peel that thing off right at the line of scrimmage and go back and run it again. You are running that thing all the way through, and I'm like, this dude is not going to get outworked by anyone. It was obvious. I mean, right? Thank you.
Oh my God, yeah, that shit fires me the fuck up, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I fucking love being at practice. I fucking love all that shit, man, so much that it pains me. That's how much I love it. So I appreciate you noticing that. Just my life's work, man. Just my life's fucking work, and it gets me so fired up.
Right, but like the normal human being, I think you get this. The normal human being is satisfied. I did enough. You somehow have built a muscle to get through that, which I don't know how far it's going to take you. You don't know how far it's going to take you, but it's going to take you wherever it's going to take you somewhere, man. Yeah. I know that. Yeah. So congrats.
I'm gonna be pissed if it doesn't. So that's about where I'm at with it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, here, just on that one, maybe we can get close to wrapping up on this. Like your dreams, you said MVP, but like if you're willing to take us into you're at home at night, you're going to bed, you can't sleep for a second, you start thinking about football, you're dreaming it. What do you visualize? I know you beat some of that stuff. What happens?
Yeah, every night recently, I just get so worried of what I'll do after football. I get so scared and worried about it, And I think a lot of me saying Super Bowl MVP is not even necessarily that I do think that is obviously a possibility, but maybe if I say that enough, I can weasel my way into an All-Pro. I can weasel my way into whatever the cool shit is that I want to freaking do before I die. And I think about me dying a lot. I think about my death a lot, right? Not that I think about a certain way I'm going to die, but just the fact that there will come a day where I'm not here and none of us will be here, and that really all I'm craving is to just fucking have a whole lot of success in football. And I just get freaked out of, will I have the same intensity, or knowing that I'll have the same intensity after football is over, and just worried about what am I going to put that into.
Right.
I'm so into being just a soldier, and that I'm so scared of what that looks like when I'm no longer a soldier. Like, coaching is cool, but I want to be in it.
Right.
I want to fucking just bathe in it and just be in it. Like, so that's what I think about, and that shit freaks me out. So that's why I fucking run those sprints as hard as I can, just because I just want to get everything out of every rep.
You want to have the best time of your life for as long of a part of your life as you could have it.
Yeah,
right?
And I just wanted to. I wanted it to be hard. I wanted it to be hard. Like, I want to do something hard, and I've never done anything harder than being a quarterback in the NFL. No matter how much I work out, that quarterback shit is extremely difficult, and something tickles in my brain just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I was trying to. We were having an argument like who are the greatest athletes, and I was big because this was a conversation that went around because the French Open was crazy, and I'm this big tennis guy, so I was repping those guys because you're out there by yourself, no one else is coming, 5 hours in the sun, you got to hit 30 balls on 1 point to win the point,
side to side.
It's a lot, but I'm like, the NFL quarterback dude who's got to be able to run it, throw it, think it. You're in that conversation. Like, hoopers are insane too. Like, it's hard to pick whatever. Stanley Cup playoffs, all that. Hockey guys are nuts. You're doing it on skates, but that part of it, like, you have to combine the athletic ability with the intelligence. Now, you guys, I can go down this road and make the arguments. You can hand it off, and that's not as hard as dropping back, but that part of it, you got to figure out what you're going to do in 3 seconds. That's fucking crazy. I don't understand.
No, it is crazy. It is crazy. I'll push back. I'll say the greatest athletes are gymnasts.
Okay.
But the hardest position in sports is not even close as football.
And we talked about your dreams, but I'm thinking sometimes it's like, and we touched on this, but it's underrated. No one does this alone. And like, when that guy is out repping you the way he reps you, and the way and forget even about that, like the way he held vision for you, dude, you can do this. You're my quarterback at 6 years old. When all these things, I mean, I think at some point it's gotta have a tenderness for you, like how much.
Yeah, what, are you trying to make me cry right now?
No, I mean, I want to do.
Yeah, my dad is the most important person in my whole life, and now that I'm about to be a dad, I think about it a lot, and it is crazy, and I think that also plays into the part of like, I want to make him and my whole family so proud, and I just want to take care of them and be the best that I can be so that they can be the best they can be. And I mean, all of this shit ties into why I go so hard, because it's just on autopilot. It's on autopilot because it's the only way I can really show respect to other people that I love, is just going hard.
Girl dad coming in here.
Whew. Pray for me.
How soon?
Late October.
Okay, right in the middle of the season.
Yes,
so
sir.
You'll do the best you can, and then you'll dive in right after hopefully.
I'll fucking kill that shit. We're gonna win the Super Bowl, and then I'll be full dad mode.
That's right.
That's about all. That's about all I think about it.
Yeah, and you know how to manage your time. You're gonna be awesome. You got this. Tyson, thanks for having us, man.
Hey, appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it. 17. Hope you enjoyed it.